I was too busy worried about going to hell, reading some of the things that these folks were talking about that they did. Forget jail. Forget arrested. I was worried about the second coming of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. With the stuff that these people were talking about doing, it was inconceivable to me.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say is I really genuinely loved seeing the idea of the hashtag, how it could be used, how it could be taken over, how just it's so creative. And it was an incredible show of solidarity. It was an incredible show of understanding.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was hollow at times. I thought, people appropriated and take it in different areas. But just the voice that white folks took in ownership, not of saying, I understand what black folks are going through, but to say, I understand what we go through. And to acknowledge and own a privilege in a way that wasn't guilt-ridden, in a way that wasn't dominating the conversation, but adding a completely different element. Absolutely. That, quite frankly, I think as a person who's been studying this type of thing, I don't think the idea of, well, if they were white has never really been a valid sort of argument in terms of studying this. It's something that people do say, but it's never something I've relied on. But to have allies and white folks come in and say, not if they were white, but when I did this was incredible.
Yeah. No, and see, and this is actually, when you think about the component arguments here, here's the thing that the people who are defending the police, whether white or black, what did you say, white thinking folks or whatever, that regardless of what you say, that the people who are defending police officers, they always want to liken this as like Michael Brown got shot because, quote, he's a thug. Right, and so then they say, don't be a thug and you won't get shot. And it's like, oh no. See, you don't understand. Having this skin color makes me a thug, whether I'm a thug or not. And here's the proof that they did. I've talked about this before, but that they've done research to demonstrate that when it comes to job applications, that white people who have felonies are more likely to get a call back for a job than a black person without a felony. And so let's do if A equals B and B equals C, then what? Then A equals C. And so then this means that being black is the equivalent of having a felony on your record if we just construct it that way. So therefore, me just being black, regardless of whether I'm nice or not, or a thug or not, which, by the way, thug seems to be the new N-word, right? It's like it's just codified language.
To quote the great scholar Richard Sherman.
Right? And so, which I wholeheartedly agree with. So, and so when we're thinking about that, so here's the deal. So people keep on thinking that you have to do something, that black people have to do something in order to get shot, that you got to do something. Well, that's not the case with that little kid, that 12-year-old kid who got shot in Cleveland. All he was doing was playing with a BB gun. That's not a crime. The dude that got shot in the Walmart, he was carrying around, I think it was a play gun or something like that around the Walmart store. That's not last time I checked, that's not a crime, because my kids do that all the time. When we go to the store, they pick up a toy and they just walk around the store the whole time. And then when we're done, they put the toy back. That's not a crime. The last time I checked, that wasn't a crime to pick up an item and walk around in the store with it. And so Eric Garner at the time was not committing a crime. You can argue all you want about Michael Brown, but and I get that. I get, or I don't get that people aren't thinking their way through that. But what I get is that people are continually insist that if black people just, quote, act right, then we shouldn't have any fear. It's like, shoot, man, I fear my life every day. Every day, and it doesn't have to matter. It doesn't matter whether I'm doing something or not, because I don't do anything. But I already know that if I reach fast for my wallet, 41 shots that could happen. If I reach fast if I can't even do it. There was a guy. I think it was on the East Coast someplace. I think it was like South Carolina. There was a videotape of a black dude who got pulled, like he was going into going into a gas station. White guy or a police officer pulls him over and says, and the guy was out because, he was at the gas station, and so the guy was out of his car, and the police officer was like, yo, go, give me your driver's license and registration. Black dude goes reaching into the car, bam, 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 shot at like 5 times, didn't kill him, shot at 5 times. And the police officer said, oh my God, it looked like he was diving into his car for a weapon. A black dude. Guess what? Since he was alive, he got to actually tell his side of the story. And guess what he said? He said, dude, I just did what you told me to do. So if I could just do what police officers tell me to do and I still can get shot at, that should tell you everything you need to know in regards to the dysfunctional way of how people are constructing that argument. Now, that's just coupled with criming while white. So I don't have to do nothing to get shot because being black is a felony. White people can do crazy shit and not get shot. Wave guns at people. There was a white dude, like a MMA fighter, mixed martial arts fighter. He got into fisticuffs, was actually rolling, tumbling with police officers, got tased. The taser didn't even affect him. Guess what? Didn't get shot.
Got arrested.
How does that shit happen? I don't know.
It comes down to the fact that we have to do what we have to not get shot. As black men, as a person in a black body, I have to make sure I don't get shot.
I need to figure out where to buy a bulletproof vest. That's what I need. Just saying.